Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? What's up, gamers? My name is Mellow Flows. I'm here for the first match of the Mega Man 4 tournament. This is hype. This is the first match. Sagehero versus TimeLink. We got two really good racers, so y'all are definitely in for a show today. Sage is one of our veteran runners of this game. He's currently 15th place on the leaderboards with a 37 and 51. And that 37 is so nice to have. I don't have a 37 yet. And TimeLink, which TimeLink? I know TimeLink plays a lot of different games. He currently has a 43-24 in Mega Man 4. And what are their seeds? That would be good to know. Sage is seed 4, and TimeLink is seed 13. But like I said, this is the first match of the Mega Man 4 tournament. It is a double elimination tournament. So they're going to at least get to play 2 races in this tournament. The match, however, is a best of 1, so it's going to be a single race. Alright, let's see how our runners are doing. It looks like they're all ready to go, and the countdown has already begun, so we're going to get right into this. Good luck, Sage. Good luck, Time. Mega Man 4 is a very difficult Mega Man game. They're all pretty difficult, but Mega Man 4 is not forgiving at all. So we're going to see how it goes. I'll explain the strats as we go. It's a pretty unique speedrun. So yeah, let's drop some GLs in chat for our 2 runners. Okay, so right away we have a route difference. This run has 2 viable first bosses, either Pharaoh Man or Bright Man. Pharaoh Man is slightly faster, slightly harder. Bright is a little more consistent, but a little bit slower, but not by much. You can actually still take world record with Bright first. Sage being extra careful to make sure he gets. Oh my God, he did not. Oh, he missed the jump, so he's not gonna have the balloon for the run. That's gonna be a big difference in the strats for him. Getting the balloon in this game is so important for the speedrun because it allows for way more mobility, especially when going vertically. So he's going to have to traverse the entire game without that now. I hope he knows his factor. That's one of the main reasons why Bright First is a little safer, because you'll be able to freeze the screen and not have to worry about that fly shooting downwards, although that wasn't the issue that made Sage fall. He just jumps too early, it seems. TimeLink does have to deal with these grasshoppers on his side. It is RNG whether or not they jump high or low. You want them to get across as fast as possible. With the balloon that Sage won't have, he won't be able to do the bright balloons, which would allow him to boost across a lot of those spikes. So he's going to have to be waiting on those grasshoppers too when he gets there. Sage here at the Pharaoh Man fight. We do have Charge Shot now in Mega Man 4, so we're going to be charging our Buster. Pharaoh Man likes to jump around a lot. And the thing is with the bosses, you want them to die in the center of the room because their explosion bubbles need to get off of the screen before the fanfare begins. So if you can try to lure them into the middle, that's what you want to do, and that's not what you want to see. The fanfare won't begin until each explosion bubble gets off of the screen. TimeLink on his side, he's doing a manip on Brightman so that he doesn't freeze the screen. If you shoot him with one single lemon and the rest hard shots, he won't hit the HP values that allows Brightman to freeze the screen, and you can avoid that entirely. So now they're going to switch places. TimeLink is going to go to Pharaoh. Sage is going to go to Bright. Sage is going to basically be doing this without balloons, or well, the whole run. That's going to be tough. That's like my worst fear. I don't want that to happen to me. And TimeLink now going to Pharaoh. You can see the huge difference he's going to have that Sage couldn't enjoy. He has the bright weapon, so as you can see, everything is frozen. And one little quirk with the bright weapon is the countdown that allows enemies to move again doesn't count down if you're sliding. So as long as you're sliding, you can effectively keep everything frozen. Oh, and TimeLink did a little extra safety strat using coil to get across the gap to ensure that he made that drop that Sage unfortunately didn't. Alright, Sage using Pharaoh weapon. Pharaoh's a very OP weapon. You could charge it over your head and hit things with the charge Pharaoh that's above Mega Man's head, and still have a charge shot in the back pocket. For some reason, it allows you to use a charge shot twice and only take the ammo usage for one, which is pretty cool. Sage now in the last room of Bright, as well as TimeLink. This is the last one, right? Yeah. So they're getting to the boss roughly at the same time. So still pretty close. Sage, since he didn't get the bright balloon, his Pharaoh stage was slightly faster, but now the rest of the run is going to be slower. And just like the Buster strat, he just has to hit Bright with one uncharged Pharaoh and the rest charged to avoid the HP values that Bright Man would freeze the screen on. So very nice fight by Sage, and he's getting the magic pixel. There's 2 pixels at the center of the screen, and when you stand there at the end of the fight, Mega Man just appears at the top of the middle of the room to grab the energy and then teleports out much faster. TimeLink was trying to jump there because since there's that mound in Pharaoh Man's boss room, you're actually able to jump there early, and if you're in the right spot, you could get the weapon energy animation out of the way and just teleport out immediately. Okay, so Sage's doing some backup strats here with Bright. This is definitely not what he's used to. So let's see how this goes. Normally we would use Bright Balloons to get up in all of these rooms as fast as possible. TimeLink also using Bright. Okay, so it is a safer strat since you could freeze all the turrets and not have to worry about getting shot down. No deep boost required using this. Okay, Sage now using Pharaoh to skip the Hippo mini boss, or whatever you call those mid bosses. As long as you get to the right of them, you can scroll the screen and just leave them behind. It's pretty cool. This mini boss here with the rings, it's kind of scary if you don't know the strat. But if you that one actually needs to die because you have to get below him. But all of the rest, just hit. Ring is a very dangerous stage. You take a lot of D-boost, you use a lot of your ammo, and normally you get to Ring Man with just enough health and just enough ammo to finish him off. Oh yeah, Sage fired a Pharaoh shot with an enemy above him and an enemy in front of him, and the one shot was in both because of the little bullet that appears above Mega Man's head. Alright, so Sage coming to the boss with typical low health. You cannot take a single hit, I believe. I think you could actually afford a hit from the ring, but definitely not body contact. Or, wait, how much health does the ring take? It doesn't matter, he's dead. Yeah, very scripted fight, but if anything goes wrong, you die. You have to stand pretty close to Ring Man to jump over like that. TimeLink doing the back D-boost on that last mid-boss. It does take a lot of health to go through with body contact. In this game, all of the bosses, is it all? I think most of them do 8 body contact damage. So, you normally don't want to ever touch a boss. Alright, stage now in Dustman. This is another dangerous stage. Switching over to Brights, as you can see, everything is frozen now as long as you keep sliding. Very useful weapon. We're going to be seeing a lot of Brightman usage in this game. Especially from Sage's side, since he doesn't have Balloon. Oh, TimeLink. Almost going to the wrong stage. You don't want to do that in a Mega Man speedrun. You need the order. Okay, Stage just got through the lag room. We call it the lag room because there's so many things on screen, and it gets extremely laggy in that room. Switching over to the ring weapon for this crusher room, because as you can see, ring just clears out all of these blocks, which allows us to get through real fast. And if you're fast enough, you can make through this cycle right there. Nice. So that's the fastest cycle that Sage got. Looks very dangerous. It is very dangerous. It's a very butt-clenching part of the run, especially in racing. Mega Man 4 has those spinning nets. They're stronger than typical nets. That's why you see he boosts through them sometimes. Okay, Sagehero coming into the Dustman fight. Dustman could stuck because he has like this vacuum above his head. If he gives you that pattern, he's invulnerable, and you would have to. The fastest way to make him stop that is by just touching him, taking that body contact damage, which of course, oh my god, that was dangerous. I'm like getting through them, not getting squished, and Sage getting a pretty favorable pattern from Dust actually, and he manages to get that magic pixel to teleport quickly. Yeah. Ooh, those drops on those 2-block platforms are very, very dangerous on the side. Yeah, Ringman is my nemesis too, even though I know the speed strats. I still die there all the time. Alright, Sagehero and Skull. TimeLink finishing up Dustman. Pretty good pattern. No sucks, even though he does die at the side there, so we have to wait until all of these explosions get off the screen. Sage here having to use Bright the whole way. Normally we would use a lot of balloons to just travel through this stage super fast, avoid enemies, not having to kill them. You can't attack, you can't shoot when you have a balloon. So you either just deboost, but it's so worth it because it just lets you go above things. So maybe we'll see it on TimeLink's side. There's a little zip that you can do with the balloon in this stage right at the start. Okay, no, it doesn't look like TimeLink's going to be going for that either. So even though TimeLink does have the balloon, he's doing pretty much the same strats that Sagehero is doing. The only difference is Sagehero has no choice. He doesn't have balloon in his inventory. Oh yeah, Sage is a very experienced runner in Mega Man 4, so he knows what he's doing. Even though he doesn't have balloon, I'm sure that he's gonna have a good time still. Okay, Skullman. This boss is pretty interesting because if you don't press anything, he doesn't do anything. He just stands there staring at you. So he actually reacts to your input. So knowing that, you can manipulate him to do what you want, and it should always go the same way. Very good fight by Sage. The duration of time that Skullman puts his shield up is RNG. So of course you want him to take that shield down as fast as possible. I'm like not far behind here in the last room now. Yeah, you can see how fast the bright freeze ends if you're not sliding. But as long as you're sliding, everything just stays frozen. Don't know why it's broken like that, but it's perfect for speed running. Alright, stage now in Dive Man stage. This is the water stage. One little thing about Mega Man 4 is you can't jump out of your slide underwater. You can't jump out of your slide if there's any overlapping sprite. to use the rule. And that is a mid boss there. That's a whale, a whole whale that you should have seen, but Sage froze it while it was teleporting in. And you don't get to see it, but his hitbox is still active, and you can shoot him. Foreground tiles, yes. Thank you, Mr. Cab. Shout out to Mr. Cab for organizing this whole tournament, by the way. Okay, this stage is just bright weapon. We're going to be using it to freeze everything, sliding as much as possible to keep everything frozen. And normally, yeah, you would run out right here and then switch over to Skullman's weapon for the last couple of rooms, which is the weakness for Dive Man. TimeLink getting through his whales. If you have great jump mash, you can get through those whales in one jump like sagehero did. Personally, I suck at jump mashing, so I will take some like 2 jumps to get through that. Alright, we have Skullman's weapon, which is a shield, so we have to get close to Dive Man in order to hit him. Looks like Sage ran out of ammo, but it's okay. Finishes him off with a charge shot. Looking for that magic pixel. Since we're underwater, we are able to get the height of the jump to get the animation skip if you're in the right spot and if you jump at the right time. Fortunately, Sage didn't do it, and also TimeLink jumps into the spike. Yeah, in that room, you want to take advantage of the high tides to get the high jump. Looks like he didn't have the right height of the water to make that jump. Mr. Caddy, I'm sorry, but you're doing this all on your own. I wish I could be more help. I'll try to help out as much as I can. Okay, TimeLink. No, you don't want to use too much of your skull, or else you're gonna run out. Like Sage did. Sage now in Drill Man. I always get their names confused because we like to switch around their names as a joke. It's called Drill Man, Dive Man. He actually dives into the ground, which hopefully we don't see very much in the run because that kills none. Nice. Sage froze the room right as he entered before those turrets were able to get a shot off. Oh, TimeLink having a decent fight, finishing it off with Buster as well. Neither of them got the animation skip, the weapon gets skipped, so we have to wait for Mega Man to jump up there before he teleports out. Ooh, Sage running out of the bright in that room. If your movement is optimal, one bright will last the whole time and allow you to get all the way to the end. Very difficult to do. Okay, like I was saying, Drill Man, aka Dive Man, dives into the ground. And that lasts roughly 4 seconds. The first one he always does, but from here on out, it's RNG. If he does it again, you lose 4 seconds. Wow, that was perfect. No dives. That's what you want to see. Drill Man's dives, kills runs. So, if you're at that point where your run is so optimal that a dive will ruin your pace, yeah, that could be pretty tilting if that happens. Alright, let's see how TimeLink finishes up the Drill Man stage. Not a very dangerous stage, but you can lose a lot of time there. He managed to freeze that room before the turrets dropped, but good thing he had iframes on those spikes. Okay, Sage now in Toadman. This is the last Robot Master. As usual, we're going to be seeing bright. We freeze everything as we fly past it all. And again, if you're sliding, the freeze of the bright weapon does not count down. Everything will stay frozen as long as your slide chains are good. Ooh, very dangerous energy drop there at the end of that platform. Taking a lot of runs in the past. Okay, let's see if TimeLink gets a good pattern from Drillman as well. Oh, and Stage here skipping these mid bosses, the snails. Oh no, another dive. Yeah, so just like those hippos and Ringman, as long as you get to the right of those snails, you could just transition the screen and pass those mid bosses. Okay, so it looked like it was 1 dive for TimeLink. Not too bad. But he is going to be a stage behind as Stage Hero comes in for Toadman. The easiest fight. He's just going to jump around, get hit, and die. He never gets to use his actual attack, which is the rain. So yeah, Toadman's gone. He doesn't get to dance. Just do his rain dance. Alright, so Sage getting out of there, teleporting out. It looked like 1901. Maybe a flat 19. So still sub 20, so that's still pretty good, especially without Balloon. I know a lot of people would love to have a sub 20 Robo Segment 4. So that just goes to show his experience paying off. Oh yeah, TimeLink over there taking that jump safely. You can't really see it, but there's some rain here, and it pushes Mega Man to the left in that first room. So your jumps are actually shorter. And now we got these waterfalls, which push you in the direction that you're going to faster or slower, depending on where it's pushing you. Okay, Sage now in Cossack 1. We got these annoying Slinkies. Don't know how they thought of that enemy, but for some reason they have way too much health. Oh well, it's gonna be interesting to see how Sage finishes the last few rooms of this stage, because we normally use Balloon. We use a lot of balloons in the second half of the game. But yeah, just gonna switch over to Rush Jet. Without Balloon, that's the next best thing for getting places that you can't jump to. Okay, TimeLink finishing up Toadman. Yeah, this room right here that Sage is doing right now it could be super fast with Balloon, but it's a pretty dangerous room depending on how you do it. But yeah, not too bad with the Rush Jet strats. Oh, I didn't see when TimeLink teleported out, but it was definitely a 20 minute something. Alright, Mothra. This boss in Cossack 1 has that little tiny hitbox. It's a little misleading when you look at it, because it's super hard to hit, especially with its weakness, Ring. For some reason, those two intersecting is like sometimes seemingly impossible when you're on face. Okay, TimeLink now going to Cossack 1, Sage Hero going to Cossack 2. TimeLink getting that hidden E-tank that's on the left there, hidden in the snow. If you didn't know that, yeah, just go over to the left at the start of Cossack 1. There's an E-tank there. Okay, so Sage here going to be doing a lot of backup strats that he's probably not very familiar with, because we normally do very fast and unsafe things with the Balloon. That he's going to just jet the whole way, which is the intended strat. Normally we would switch to Balloon so we could take some D-boost and just slide across the spike. But Sage's gonna have to fly with Rush Jet. Fast and unsafe. That's how we live as speedrunner. Yeah, Sage's gonna have to go all the way to the right and back to the left. Okay, so yeah, TimeLink using the balloons here to get through these ladder screens. At least Sage knows, the room's layout and everything, of course. So it's gonna be too difficult to just use jet everywhere you would normally use balloon. Okay, let's see how TimeLink does with Mothra. Nice, is it planning those ring hits? As soon as I say that, he misses. Yeah, you see that? Like, it looks like the ring is touching it, but it's not. Okay, now sagehero in the square machine. This is RNG, how many passes it gives you before it actually closes up and allows you to hit it. So he got the worst pattern, which was the 3 pattern. You need 2 patterns. So the first one was a 3, and the second was a 3. So that's the worst pattern you could possibly get, a 3-3. So I'm gonna lose some time here just based on RNG, but what can you do? The game give it, the game take it, is what they say. Yeah, it's very the odds of getting a 1-1 is super low. I don't know the math on it, but basically, like, never happens. It does happen. It's just rare. Okay, TimeLink not doing the balloon strats here. Just like Sage, he's gonna fly across with rush jet. 1.5% odds. Wow, that is lower than I thought it was. Thank you, Hypo. Hypo also a veteran runner of this game, and several other Mega Man games. Man, 1.5. That's terrible. Okay, Stage now in the the auto scroller. Cossack 3. Just and he's doing Buster moves. Nice. Yeah, can't really do much here, but enjoy the music since it's an auto scroller, and make sure you kill those turrets as fast as possible because they do lag this game. Okay, this. Oh, whoa! I don't know if that was intentional, but that was so cool. I like it. The ring weapon whips around like a boomerang and comes back to you. So depending on where you are, you can make it whip around multiple times. Like if you miss the first return of it, it'll try to return to you again, and you could actually make one ring hit several times. That's what the task does. Okay, TimeLink got a 3 pattern on his first pass with the square machine, so that's bad RNG as well on his side. Wait, oh, that was the second pass. I didn't see the first one. Alright, Sage now in the last part of the auto scroller. Okay, TimeLink getting into Cossack 3 now. So still holding up a stage behind. This boss here is pretty scripted. We do the same thing. As we take down this last one, we get that same Pharaoh shot. It's the one that's spawning. It is RNG whether or not you get that pattern where it shoots 4 bullets. If you do, it's a little bit more laggy. But other than that, the same exact fight each time. Okay, so now that we're out of the robot stages, by the way, we have to manage our ammo because they do not refill at the end of the stage, which is why you see TimeLink refilling his ring. We're going to be very mindful of our ring and our Pharaoh and the dust. Mainly those. Oh, I'm right. Basically, everything. Oh yeah, Sage is even doing the safe strat of refilling his Pharaoh. And you'll understand why very soon. I really love the music of the Cossack too. Okay, using Drill for this shortcut here. Drill opens up all of those barriers. pretty free E-tag there to get since you're on drill already. A lot of runners do that in races, but stage doesn't need anything. Doesn't even need balloon, apparently. Okay, last room here in Cossack 4. Coming into the boss, we use Buster Shot. The weakness is Dust, I believe, but it's faster with Charged Buster. So the Cossack Claw Machine game. You know all those Claw Machine games are rigged. Just like this one, you'll never be able to catch Mega Man. And similar to keeping everything frozen with the bright weapon by sliding, you can keep him in place by sliding as well. And you want to get over to the left side on that last hit because that's where Mega Man needs to be for that cutscene to begin. So, as you saw, Stage went there, shot the Cossack machine, and was over there. So yeah, Cossack was actually being manipulated by Wily because his daughter was kidnapped. And the bad guy is Dr. Wily. If you didn't know, I know this game is super old, but that's the story. Dr. Cossack was just trying to save his daughter. Okay, so now that we know it's Dr. Wily, here we are at his fortress once more. Wily 1. This stage is all mech. If you like these little helmet dudes, you're in luck. There's tons of them. Oh, wow. I'm like actually killing the Stomper with drill. Yeah, this stage is super cool to see. The movement is so awesome in this stage. It's very hard to pull off optimally, even though it's only mechs. Like you would think, like how hard could it be? But it actually is very difficult. Okay, so so we use WestJet. So this is all the same strats that Sage is familiar with. We don't use balloon here anyway. We don't use a single Yoku block. Was Sage trying to do a strat with Jet with the D-boost? There's this cool strat that you could do where you take a D-boost with Rush Jet out, and then for some reason it just teleports to you, like it just appears at your position and starts pushing you forward. Okay, the Met Daddy. Of course the boss had to be a giant Met. It's RNG, how long he stays closed. It's also RNG, how long he stays open before he jumps. And you want to be off of the ground when he lands because he shakes the ground so hard, Mega Man gets frozen in place and you can't move. So that's a very good fight. 3 cycle. Oh, and TimeLink finished up with Cossack, so now he's going to the Wily Fortress to take on all those Mets. There is a slight music sounds off sync with Stage's stream, but I'll keep the music on him since he's on the lead. You all don't mind. Okay, so Wily 2, another stage where we don't use balloons, so Sage is comfortable with all of the same strats. You see Eddie just waiting in that room. I believe this is the only game that does that, where Eddie's just there, hoping you come to him, he can give you a little present. Yeah, now that we're in the Wily stages, we see a lot of the old boss stage enemies making their reappearances. Very nice movement by Sage. Okay, final room. Gonna just jet the whole way. That's a safe strat. That there's nothing wrong with doing that because it's very easy to fall off those one-tile blocks. Okay, we equip Codeman's weapon and jump into the boss fight. And as long as you're not touching the ground, you can still make an action, like shoot. And for some reason, okay, he's not doing it. But yeah, we come in, shoot Code. Oh no! Sage actually taking too much damage. He didn't do the safe strat. He was actually trying to go for the fastest strat, the fastest fight. And if you notice, he's all the way back at the mid checkpoint. For some reason, there is no checkpoint in the boss corridor. I don't know if that was an oversight by the developers, but there is no freaking checkpoint there. So if you die to the boss, you go all the way back to the mid checkpoint. Very costly to die to wily bosses. Fortress bosses. So yeah, gonna have to do that last half of the stage again. Oh, it's intentional. They are so savage for that. Okay, it looks like Sage has drill equipped now, so one drill attack on Taco. Yeah, he is called Taco Trash. If you hit him with drill, it disables his hitbox, and you can walk through him. Just go behind him and then start getting free hits. So if you didn't know that, it's a very easy trick to do. Hit him with the drill bomb, and then just go inside of him and get free hits. Yeah, huge opportunity for TimeLink to make up some time. We are running out of game. We are in Wily 3 now, so we're going to but yeah, not much left. We're gonna see the refights, and we don't need Balloon anymore, so Sagehero is not at a disadvantage anymore. We just need to make sure we have enough ammo. So Sage refilling what he needs. Okay, so TimeLink now coming into the Taco Trash fight. Gonna jump. As long as you're in the air, you get to shoot. So that Toad, that rain hit, as you can see, it started the fight immediately. We don't have to wait for the boss's health to fill up before you could fight. For some reason, that makes the health fill right away. Okay, so we're going to use Dust on Pharaoh around here. We hope to keep him on the left side, not jumping. If you stay close to the boss, that kind of manips them to not jump. We're gonna carefully slide through those capsules to not teleport in all the way to the left into Skullman, so we could use the same weapon. We want to minimize menuing as much as possible. Yep, so now we are in Dive Man with the Skull weapon. It's the weakness for Dive, and we're also going to use it for the first half of Brightman. Menuing is super slow, so we want to avoid that at all costs. And knowing what HP values we need to avoid for Brightman, we make sure not to give, wait, what is it? Well, we want to avoid, please tell me, Mr. Cap, the health of Brightman that we want to avoid. But yeah, Sage doing it. 16, 8, and 4. So yes, just avoid those HP values of Brightman and you will never be frozen. Thank you, Mr. Cap. Okay, we got an immediate extra dive from Drillman here. Ooh, another one. So that's 8 seconds gone right there. And the homing missile, it doesn't home very well. We call it the drunk missile. The dive homing missile. Alright, so both of them in refight. Pretty close race. TimeLink was able to catch up quite a bit due to that death that Sagehero had against Taco Trash. Ooh, Sage firing the wrong way with the Pharaoh shot. The ring side could go really sideways quickly if you mess up. Also, there's different orders that you could take the refights in. Both of them are pretty fast. Sage is doing the fastest snow route. If the ring doesn't come back to you, it gets so laggy as it turns around. Okay, so we finished off with Dustman so that we have ring equipped because it is the weakness for the first phase of the Wily machine. And everyone loves Blue Sam. Okay, that's that means you're fast. We leave 1 HP on the first phase of Wily machine and finish it off with Drill because for some reason that makes the second phase health fill right away, so you can begin that fight. And it's the weakness also. But the thing is, you need to detonate the drill bomb because if you just fire at it, it won't make contact. You need to actually detonate the bomb in range so that the explosion hits the hitbox. Okay, Sage now in the final stage. We have a Wily machine. So, if you know anything about, the Wily capsule, if you know anything about Wily capsules, it's RNG where they appear. So you kind of just have to react accordingly. And we want to make sure that we have Pharaoh because that is the weakness. And if we're lucky, we could get 2 hits with each one. Hit him with the Pharaoh that's above our head, and then another one that we throw. And if you run out of Pharaoh, you're pretty much just screwed. Alright, GG's to Sage. That was the final hit. 4102 is what I see. GG's Sage. This is a best of 1, so Sage is going to be moving on. We do have a, it is double elimination though, so TimeLink isn't out of the tournament yet. Let's let him finish up. But while he does that, let me just take a look at the bracket. Sage is going to be moving on, and he's going to be facing the winner of me or Guy Next Door. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so now TimeLink coming into the final stage. Hopefully he doesn't run out of Pharaoh. I think he could also use Ring, but it doesn't do much damage. If you run out of Pharaoh, I think the best thing to do is just game over. Don't try to farm these worms. It won't work out. It'll be so slow. Nice, got that first hit. Oh, that could have been a double hit on that first spawn. Oh, nice double hit there. Very pretty good fight. That was a fast, wily fight. GG's to TimeLink. Oh yeah, not far off with the 42-34. Wait, that's a PB. Because his PB on the boards I see is a 43-24. So if I'm not mistaken, that is a PB for TimeLink. So GG's to TimeLink. What happened to the audio? I don't know. GG's to both runners. TimeLink is going to be facing. Let me see. The loser of. Wait, where did he go? Oh wait, we don't know yet because we need round 1 to complete. Okay, so we don't know who he's facing yet. Let me see if I could get some sound back. You know what? No, I don't want to mess with it. I'm probably just gonna make it worse. But GG's to both runners. That was a very good first race of the tournament. We have a lot more coming up. Looks like we have a race scheduled for August 5th at 8 p.m. between Phil and Lolo. And we have Mr. Cab versus Sinan on August 7th. So yeah, 2 races scheduled for very soon this week. So stay tuned for sure. I need to schedule my match with Guy Next Door. He already hit me up, ready to go. I told him, hold up. But yeah, in fact, I shouldn't even be commentating. I should be practicing right now. But anyways, thank you for having me. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Sage and TimeLink for the awesome first race. GG's again. Thank you Mr. Cab for organizing this and Speedgaming for hosting. Check out all the races on Speedgaming. Check out the Mega Man leaderboards at megamanleaderboards.net. Join the Discord. We love all the questions. We love having new runners, and we have tournaments all the time, sometimes more than others. But yeah. Hit us up. Thanks for having me. I'll catch y'all later.